Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Welcome to a brand new episode of
Yeah or nay.
So Prime 1 Studios are at it again with a 1/3 scale statue. This time we have Henry Cavill as Superman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now we have different editions. We have 4 separate editions. We have Zack Snyder's regular, which is a black suit. We have Zack Snyder's DX bonus, which is the black suit with a Batman cowl with a skull inside. We then have the Nightmare regular, which is the same as the Zack Snyder's regular one, but it's just the traditional blue and red suit. And then we have the Nightmare DX bonus, which also comes with the Batfleck cowl with the skull inside. Now, when it comes to Prime 1 Studios, they do damn good shit. I remember I had their half-scale Batfleck statue back in the day, and I regret selling that, but that was to fund the screen use Robin suit from Batman and Robin. So it's that vicious cycle us collectors have. We get one thing and we're like, shit, we gotta level up to the next level of collecting. We gotta sell this to fund that, and it's messy, but it's so much fucking fun. And that Batfleck statue was gorgeous. And I was worried when we saw the initial prototype photos, it was going to be shithouse in person, but oh my god, apart from just a cheeky belt mod, that thing is perfection. Now that was half scale. We are dealing with 1/3 scale today. So if you are new to the Yay or Nay series, if you're a new subscriber, welcome. May God have mercy on your soul. We just take a look at newly released figures, whether it be 1/6, quarter scale, half scale, statues, props, vehicles, stuff like that. Take a look at what comes inside the box, the sculpting, the paintwork, the tailoring of the costume, everything else, all the accessories. Check it out at a price point. See is indeed worth a yay or a nay. So we're going to be going off the Prime 1 Studios website. Okay, so we're going to go through each edition. So it obviously has the price point there. That is in USD, but I will get to the AUD conversion at the end of the video. So my first impression is just seeing this photo here. I like it, but upon looking into other photos, we're going to be going through the regular black suit version first. There is something off about this head sculpt. I wouldn't say it's like derpy, it's just something is not right with the eyes. It's kind of lost me in that uncanny valley territory. So we'll move along here. Look, first impressions with the suit, it looks beautiful. And from a quick glance of the description, it is indeed like a chrome muscle understructure, and then they've got a textured fabric on top, which is great. Like the cape looks great, it drapes well. It looks like that heavy kind of drapery fabric that they used. The base looks pretty good for the most part. And they've got the mother box there, which is great. I love that this is a good representation of something you'd see in Man of Steel with the kind of design aesthetic of Krypton and the House of El. I'm on the fence about the pose. I get it. I dig it. It's almost like that representation of him regenerating in the sun. And also the way Zack had spun Superman, he's a godlike figure. So that kind of like that god pose. I, for one, love the poses where the hands are down, clenched fist, but still floating. If you see the legs there, how he's like floating. I love stuff like that where it looks like he's floating, but I'm all for a good museum pose with the hands down. So this guy stands at 95 centimeters tall. Jeez, okay, so he's a big boy, and that's obviously including the base. So this is the regular version. Again, something is off with that particular head sculpt. I mean, we look here. The detail looks great on the textured fabric, the trims there. It's curious. I'm going to be curious to see what those trims are made out of, if they're like a urethane. That looks great. The Justice League logo cracked in half. Chest emblem looks great. You can see the chrome understructure, the muscle suit under there. The mother box lights up. Got some skulls. Now, does this one come with other head sculpts? Or is it just like that? Okay, so if we go to Zack Snyder's DX version, okay, so you get the Batman cowl and other head sculpts. So there's the Batman cowl with the skull inside, which is a nice little touch. It's cool. It's so fucking morbid with the skull in there. Poor Affleck. Okay, so if we go along here, there's the cowl. There's a different head sculpt. See, that looks great. That looks badass. I like that. I always love it when he's flared up and his eyes are glowing. And here we have the other derpy head sculpt. But from memory, isn't there 3? Okay, so that's a different head sculpt. Yeah. So it's more of a neutral expression. Okay, so with this deluxe version, you get the Batman cowl and you get 3 different head sculpts. These 2 look great. This one, it's something looks really off. Like that looks like a beautiful neutral facial expression, and that looks absolutely badass. I love that. If we go along here, they have like holders for the heads, which is I think a great idea because that way you can display them as well. So that's the black suit edition, and then we have the Nightmare edition, which is pretty much the regular suit, a little bit darker from what I can see. It's not as like shiny chrome as the other suits. Still looks great nonetheless. Look, I do have a soft spot for Cavill's suits, especially BVS. It's that perfect halfway between Man of Steel and, well, Justice League essentially. So this is exactly the same as the Zack Snyder edition with the black suit, just with a different colored suit. So I think the cape looks great as well, and it looks like it flows well, whether or not it's going to have a wire armature in it, and the pleats as well. Let's check out the pleats. They look great. It definitely is harder once you go down in scale for pleats to fold naturally and for a cape to fold naturally. That head sculpt is just off. It just seems very off. So let's go to the Nightmare bonus edition. Okay, so that looks great with the regular looking suit and the Affleck cowl with the skull and those different head sculpts. Again, those two there look great. Something just, yeah, it's the eyes for me where it looks off, and the pose as well. Like, it's one of those things where like you can't really be a stickler for something like this because it's fixed. Like, it's not like a figure where you can change the limbs and, you know, different poses and stuff like that, which I think would be great in 1/3 scale. Christ, can you imagine a posable figure in 1/3 scale? So for both the Zack Snyder's regular and the Nightmare regular editions, it's $1,399 USD, which equates to 2,244 AUD. But then we go to the DX bonus versions, so Zack Snyder's and Nightmare, it's $1,599, which equates to 2,565 Australian dollars. So if we go to the description here, specifications, highly detailed likeness, Henry Cavill, 3 swappable heads. So this is for the DX version. The suit features intricate texture and a multi-layered fabric structure, which is great. You know, mixed media, that definitely brings it up a few notches. If it was just sculpted texture and stuff like that, which would be very hard to do in terms of layering the chrome under that, you definitely need to have that chrome muscle undersuit and also that beautiful thin textured fabric on top. So considering I'm not the greatest fan of that particular head sculpt, the standard one, so if you just get the standard, you're stuck with that one. You know, if you get the DX one, you have the choice of, you know, the blaring eyes and also the more neutral chiseled look that Henry is famous for. And also the pose as well. I'm just more for neutral museum pose, clenched fist, kind of maybe just a bit of a slant on the torso, but those floating legs as well, which this statue has. For either one, it's just going to come in at a yay, but with a payment plan. Like, to drop that much money in an instant, it's a lot, but also you're limited. Like, it just scratches over to a yay, but again, with a payment plan. Like, it's a beautiful looking piece, but I think the one that they did previously, years ago, from Justice League looked great. I'm pretty sure Prime 1 did that one. Look, if Prime 1 come along and do an updated Batfleck one, you know I'm all in. Like, all things considered, hopefully the head sculpt's good, but I really do hope they revisit Batfleck eventually. I know they did like the tactical suit and the regular Justice League suit, but I'd love them to go back and have a crack at the BVS suit. With that being said, guys, drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on the newly released, well, newly pre-orderable, Prime 1 Studios 1/3 scale Henry Cavill Superman, Zack Snyder's Justice League statue. Today's going to be a pretty fun day. I'm actually doing a video with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Cody Leach, about unmade Nightmare on Elm Street films, so expect that up on the channel in a couple of days' time. Love you guts, and I'll catch you in the next one.